Hey guys, you've joined us live at Moneycontrol. I'm Manisha Gupta, and the focus right now is at avocados. Well, remember, Indians are warming up to guacamoles and avocado toast and various other things. While, of course, when you look at the pricing part of it, there is still some sensitivity there. But I have the numbers in front of me, and that tells us that in 2014, it was a market of around $21,000, which in 2021 turned into $2.5 million worth of market, and it only has been growing. The last 10 years, when it comes to avocado market in India, has been a big surge, and various reports will tell you that it is about Asia Pacific, which is the best demand growth that you've seen come in within this industry. But let's put all of that in focus, and for that, joining us now is John Tass. He's CEO, Australia Avocado. John, hi, thank you so much for joining us here in our Bombay studios. What is your sense for avocado as a market globally? How have you seen the growth come in as?
Globally, I think that the market's been growing steadily for quite a long time. In Australia, we really sort of punch above our weight in terms of our consumption. Traditionally, Australia was very focused on our domestic market, and the industry's rapidly expanded over the past 10 years. And we've now got big volumes of avocados coming through. So we've rapidly expanded our export footprint, and most recently, only 3 months ago, into India, which is very exciting.
Absolutely. You've been Australia and India have partnered in various things, but avocado being the newest one, as you were just telling me, how is the trade looking like? How is the market as India looking like for avocados?
Yeah, look, it's looking very promising. Probably 10 years ago, there were a lot of concerns around infrastructure and the ability to manage the cold chain for a product that's quite delicate like avocados. But things have changed a lot. A lot of that infrastructure is here now. And so I think the opportunities for avocados from a logistics perspective is very good. The other thing is that what we've found is that there's a really strong appetite for healthy diets now in India, and avocados play a fantastic role there in terms of health and nutrition.
Are you looking at partners here? Are you speaking to people around here?
Sure, we're talking to all the major importers, trying to get an understanding of where we should play. The interesting thing is the diversity of the market here. Both from a modern retail and a traditional retail, and now online as well. So we're exploring all of those opportunities.
Why India, John? Because are you looking at the population part of it, or do you think that the kind of demand or the health benefits that avocado provides, perhaps to begin with, I'm assuming it would be metros that you would be looking at as markets?
Yeah, that's right. So because of our location, we focus on particularly Asian markets. Our main markets: Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, a bit into Japan, Thailand. So India is the sort of logical progression. Also very keen on China. So we don't export to the US or Europe. So the other big suppliers around the world focus on those markets. So we see this as our patch, if you like. And it's just great, really timely that with the massive production growth that we've had in recent years, and the opportunity for India have aligned quite nicely. So we think that it's going to be a challenging market to develop, and it is only very small, but all the signals are that it's a market that's going to rapidly grow. Massive population obviously is very attractive, and just where I think the Indian consumer is at the moment, I think they're ready for the product.
They are. How would you look at Australia as in the global markets itself? Because I'm sure there's competition from Mexico and US and Colombia. I mean, these are some of the major producers of avocado as well.
Yes. So we compete with those already in other markets like Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong. And it is tough because they are low-cost producers, and we are inherently a high-cost producer, very high labour costs in Australia, high compliance costs. But we also produce a very top-quality product, and I think that's the difference. Although we're more expensive, we are much better in terms of quality. Some of the fruit that I've seen in the market here has shown that, and I think a lot of the buyers have been really impressed with the quality of the Australian product that they've seen. And I keep saying to our growers and our exporters, if we're going to compete globally, we have to be the best. We have to be the best quality. We have to provide the best service, and we need to have long-term commitment to this market.
John, a final question. So while, of course, India is a newer market for you right now, what is it that you're looking at? Where do you look at opportunities herein? And how much do you think in sense of numbers that you would be able to achieve, let's say, 1 to 3 years down the line?
Yeah, so at the moment, we're on a forecast to be producing about 170,000 tonnes in the next couple of years. Our plan is to export at least 10% of that. We're probably going to get to 20% of that. We'll be spreading that across a range of markets, but it'll depend on how fast we can grow the market here. One of the great opportunities is that all regions of Australia have access to the Indian market, which isn't the same for some other markets like Japan and Thailand. So we want to be able to provide a year-round supply into this market. And one of the things that we've found in Australia and growing that market, albeit very small, is that continuity of supply, that having that product on the shelf 52 weeks a year, consumers' behaviours change to becoming, more of a welded-on consumer and buying it week in, week out, and that's what we want to see here.
Are you also talking to the retail here? Because apart from importers, there are a lot of the direct retail that is happening in the Indian markets as well. So whether it's about the Nature Freshers or the Reliance or the DMarts of the world within India, are you speaking to them as well?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, we've been probably talking more with the major retail than the other sectors. We've got a marketing promotion campaign that will be starting in May, and it is focusing on that major modern retail sector. But I think moving forward, we'll probably do a lot more with the traditional retailers as well.
All right, we will look forward to all of that. So one of the major exported fruits in the world is definitely making its inways, roadways within India. Thank you, John, so much for joining us and giving us all of those details.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.